Well, if any of you has any experience eating nuts, like those hard nuts that require like a rock to break them, you'll know that it gets broken by the last hit of the rock. And sometimes you get a nut that you hit just once and it breaks open and you get to enjoy a nut sooner. And sometimes, I think most of the time, you get a nut that you have to hit several times before, you know, it actually opens up and you get to enjoy the delicacy, if you will. So the point is, in life in general, it doesn't necessarily always happen the first time you try. Some nuts or some people, first time they try to do something, it works out. First time you try to break that nut, it opens up and you get to eat it, and that's just the way it happened that particular time. It's not that there's anything special about the nut or about the rock that you particularly used. I guess it was just right rock, right nut, right time, right force applied from the right angle and all that, and it made it a more efficient endeavor in that just one hit opened the nut. And then there are some cases, or some nuts, if you will, that take a while longer to open up, or things take a bit longer to work out, and that's just normal. Don't think that this nut is bad, you know, or your life is bad, or you are bad, or you suck, just because things are taking a bit longer for them to take off or to work out. I got a message from my father the other day saying a rock is broken by the last hit of the pickaxe or whatever it is you're using to hit it. But it doesn't mean that all the other hits were useless. It doesn't mean that they did not help at all. All of them were necessary to you getting to the point where things start working out, or the rock breaks. Just as with the nut, as much as it will break in the last hit, it does not mean that the previous hits were all useless. Perhaps some hits were useless, but it doesn't necessarily mean that, because a lot of lessons are learned in the first hit. You experience the failure and you realize how you have to do something differently, or it just takes that many hits for you to reach the failure point of that rock. For you to reach the point of success in whatever it is you're doing, you just have to be resilient and have to keep on doing what you're doing until either the world catches up, or your name grows big enough, or the boss realizes that, okay, now you've done enough to deserve a promotion, or until they realize, okay, now we can give you a pay raise. But it doesn't necessarily happen from the beginning. So be patient, keep on doing it, be resilient, be perseverant, persevere, whatever it is, that be that. Just keep on going. It doesn't necessarily happen each time. You don't know how close you are to the victory. You don't know how close you are perhaps to your failure, I guess. And maybe you do have an idea how close you are, but you can only actually find out how close you were if you keep on going. If you give up now, then, well, you've given up and you just won't find out, and, well, that kind of sucks. But yeah, man, just keep on hitting that rock, keep on hitting that nut, keep on pushing, keep on going for what you want, and eventually you're gonna crack it, you're gonna get it. Well, hopefully you will get it. Not everyone gets it, you know. Sometimes you get it not cracked and it's spoiled inside. It's a bad nut. So unfortunately that happens. That is the reality. But then find the next nut. Just go for the next nut. Not all the nuts are necessarily gonna be messed up or spoiled, but yeah, that particular one may have been. So yeah, just keep on pushing, man. Keep on looking for it. You won't know the result. You won't know how bad or how good the nut is, how delicious it tastes, unless you actually crack it. So crack the nut.